Hey there, modelers, it's me again. Well, when last I left you, I was about 75% finished the secondary hull. And in the past 10 days or so, since I did my last video, the secondary hull is now finished. Completely finished. The nacelles are installed, the lights are working, it's fully painted. It's done. It is done. Not only that, I've also finished the bottom half of the saucer section. So really all that's left is the top of the saucer, and then to finish wiring it all up, put it together, apply the decals, and I'm done. All told, I'm putting myself about 85% of the way finished this project. So I'm really excited. Oh, believe you me, I am really excited about this. So here's where I'm at so far. Like I said, the engineering section is now essentially totally finished, apart from applying decals. The paint job took me, I figure, about a week or so to do completely. Most of the time spent masking, which I did the same way. I did the whole ship the same way as I did the portion around the deflector, using the vinyl masking templates, which is, I think, a fantastic way to go, because otherwise, I mean, you'd be spending way more time working on it using masking tape or whatever other method that you wanted to use. You can see the base here. Actually forgot one little portion that supports the aft end of the ship, but these two braces support the saucer section. I don't know if you can make it out, but there's a little metal pin sticking out of the end of the peg. I added that as an extra structural support because those pins are kind of fragile, and I don't want to have one break, and well, because yeah, it would suck. Anyway, here is the bottom half of the saucer. I don't know if you can make it out on video, but you can see the subtle shading in the paneling. I'll explain the technique that I used in my next video, which will go over the top half of the saucer section. But all I'm going to say is that it was a 3-part process, including 2 different colors plus the masking vinyl masking templates. And it took me a good long time to get it all finished. Saucer alone, applying all the masking just to the bottom half, took me probably 4 hours, plus another 2 hours to remove it. So I'm not going to bother doing a lighting demo here. I already did one not too long ago. Plus, I want to leave something to show off when the whole thing is finished. But here you can see there's all the wires that come out of the neck that feed power to the saucer. There's 4 different circuits, or 4 different sets of wires coming up into the saucer. There's the main power for all the always-on lights. There's the saucer flash circuit, and then the saucer strobing circuit, and then one more that's actually lights the neck rather than the saucer. But for some reason, I thought it would be a good idea to feed power to the neck off of the wiring harness from the saucer. Seemed like a good idea at the time. But anyway, I also wanted to mention about the base. I forgot. You can see there's a power socket right there and a power switch at the back. I've managed to conceal all the wiring that goes into the ship through the little cradle that actually attaches right here. That as I mentioned, I forgot to attach when I brought my stuff out to the video. I drilled a small hole up through it to feed the 2 power wires into the ship. so that there was no visible wire anywhere except for the power supply that goes into the base. Because I've seen a lot of people who did a lot of builds of this model that did a really nice job, but had a power socket visible on the outside of the ship, but had wires visible feeding into the ship, and that really kind of ruins it for me. I mean, it takes away my suspension of disbelief. I'm not sure why. It just does, and I wanted to avoid that, and that was one of my big concerns building this model, of how I was going to handle that. But I think I came up with an elegant solution, and I'm quite happy with it. So there you see, the painting is nearly finished. I figure I've got maybe another 3 to 4 days worth of work to do, give or take. I have to apply the vinyl masking templates yet, and that usually takes several hours, because there really are a lot of them, and it's a really tedious procedure. So my advice to anyone who's going to undertake a build similar to this is find yourself a really comfortable chair and get yourself a good desk and a fresh, sharp hobby knife blade, because you're going to need it. Because yeah. Anyway, so like I said, about 3-4 days. And around that point, I should have another video up describing my my 3-stage painting procedure for the Aztec paneling, which I'll go over using the top half of the saucer section. I think it's a really great technique that I actually came up with myself just through experimentation, and I'd like very much to share it with the world. Hopefully someone else will try it, and maybe they'll improve it. Maybe who knows what'll happen. So stay tuned.